Are you sick of shallow, boring conversations? Wish you could get to know someone on a deeper level? In this video, I'm going to explain how you can have deeper, more interesting conversations with your crush without embarrassing yourself or scaring them off. These tips will also work for dating apps, and even in a relationship. So, let me paint you a typical pattern. You connect with someone and you really hit it off, but then you start texting and you're getting a lot of one-word answers and simple responses. You've been talking for weeks, but you two don't know anything about each other, and you don't know what to say next. Maybe you've even met up in person and had a good time, but it's almost like there's a wall between you that you don't know how to penetrate. I feel you. Conversations are difficult, especially early on in getting to know someone. You're both afraid to really put yourselves out there and risk scaring the other one off. The good news is that if you can overcome this small obstacle, it will feel like a weight has been lifted, and you suddenly have access to each other's true thoughts and feelings. But how do you make that happen? Well, I put together a quick list of ways that you can both open up and have deeper conversations. Number 1, ask questions. I know many people avoid this because they don't want a date to feel like a job interview, and I understand that. But asking questions is an instant solution if you want to go deeper. These don't have to be amazingly well thought out questions with multiple parts or anything like that. Start with simple questions about their preferences and go from there. Many dating experts will tell you to avoid yes or no questions, or anything that could be answered with a 1 or 2 word answer, but I disagree. I do think more complex questions are critical if you want this person to open up, but you need to mix in some more simple questions as well to keep things light and keep the conversation going. If you only ask him about his deepest fears and insecurities, then it will start to feel like a job interview. If you're still coming up blank, just start by asking about his day and then go deeper. How did that make you feel is another great question, because it takes something simple and lets you get at something deeper through it. Ask them this question when they confide in you, or vent about something difficult that's been happening. Unfortunately, there's no perfect question to ask that will reveal everything about your crush to you right away. You have to take your time and feel it out. That's the fun part about getting to know someone else. It's always a little different, and you never know what you might find. Number 2, share things about yourself. One of the best ways to get someone else to open up is to lead by example. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. I'm not saying that you need to reveal everything right off the bat. Simply be open and willing to go there if the moment is right. Often, people are unwilling to share with someone who they don't know very well. So the more you can open up to this person, the more they'll see that it's safe to do the same. There are so many different ways to do this. Tell them stories about your life growing up. Share your music and movie preferences. Even talking about your favorite food, as childish as it sounds, can be the beginning of a very interesting conversation where you both come away knowing more than you expected. The important thing here is to put yourself out there if you want someone else to do the same. This is called reciprocity, and it's key to building trust in a relationship. Think of it like paying for a date. It's always nice to have someone else pay for your meal, but if that happens every time you go out, then the other person will start to feel taken advantage of. It will make you look like you don't really care about them, and this will hurt your chances of building a real relationship. Well, the same is true for conversations. If you're unwilling to share with this person, then they'll feel like things are one-sided, and after a while, they're gonna shut you out the way that you shut them out. Number 3, be silly. Many people want to put up a strong exterior when it comes to dating. This is especially true if they've dated someone who hurt them deeply. They know that they want to meet someone new who they can connect with, but subconsciously they're putting up walls to prevent this person from getting close to them and potentially hurting their feelings. A great way to get out of this mindset is to be silly and goofy. This shows that you don't take anything too seriously, and you're able to laugh at life and yourself. If you can get this across, then you're well on your way to chipping away at their tough shell and getting them to really open up. Number 4, meet in person. If this is someone you're just getting to know, it can be difficult to tell when to ask them to spend time together in real life. You may feel like you're jumping the gun and risking scaring them off. While this is always a danger, I find that it's almost always worth the risk. This is because getting to know someone over text can be difficult, or even impossible. Many people just aren't great texters, and it's difficult to judge tone from a text message, so it's very easy to cause a misunderstanding. Talking in person allows you to use body language and nonverbal cues to make one another comfortable. I think you can learn more about another person after seeing them for one day than you could in a year of texting. So, if the time seems right, take the plunge and try to see them in real life. This can help you break through walls that they may be putting up over text and get to know the real them. Number 5, tell them you want to go deeper. If all else fails, consider telling them how you feel. This is more suited for people who have been talking for a long time, or if you're in a relationship that has gone a bit quiet. I know it's a novel concept, but oftentimes you can avoid a whole lot of frustration by merely letting this person know what's happening on your end. Tell them that you feel like you two are just scratching the surface, and that you'd like to go deeper and really get to know them. Don't go into this conversation with frustration or look to place blame on them. Nothing is less likely to make someone open up than telling them they're too quiet or that they never tell you anything about themselves. Instead, let them know that you've been holding back too, but you want to start connecting more deeply if they'd be willing. Don't push this one. Simply letting them know what you want is enough. And after a while, you may start to notice that they're opening up more than you ever expected. That just about does it for this video. I'm Emily Baker. How do you have deeper conversations with your crushes? Let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing your different tactics. If you found any of this useful, I'd love it if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.